recording. Take 2. I don't think it's my phone. I think it's the daggone program that I use that's on my phone that just like randomly shuts off. And it's really pissing me off.
That's all right.
Okay. We are here today with my best friend, Kara. Well, I guess it was a nice way to try to rekindle how many years we've known. I've known her for 27 years. Her oldest son was 5 years old when we met. He's 32 now. And that's a long-ass time.
Yes, it is.
And the majority of the people I've had on my podcast, I have known for 20-plus years. And that's a rarity sometimes, to have friends and people in your life for that long.
Especially since you weren't born here.
No, I wasn't. I mean, it is my home now.
Yes.
I moved here when I was 15. But, yeah, I mean, it just, I don't know. I'm kind of hard to miss. I'm a little loud, maybe.
No.
But today we are talking about adoption.
Yes.
And Kara has a lot of experience with that. And Kara, you yourself were adopted.
Correct. My birthday is 4/20. I won't tell you the year. Really, I don't care. It's 67. So.
Well, you look phenomenal. You look phenomenal. So you have 2 boys and a girl.
Yes.
2 boys you had naturally, and
Yes.
Bella Boo is
Takeout order, yes.
Takeout order. I love
Yes.
that takeout order. That's I just love her to death. It was nice to see her yesterday.
Yes.
That was a pleasant surprise, and she's all grown up. 22.
Yes.
Jeez.
Yeah, I know it.
Yeah. I mean, Haley's gonna be 25.
I know.
It goes by fast, man.
It goes by very fast.
I
But
just
she's-
feel old. I feel
Yep.
old.
She might be the death of me because she's a girl.
Well, I have 2 of them, so I
know.
understand.
I didn't know I might be bankrupt because of it.
It's it's just
Oh, yeah.
this constantly. So let's get down into the nitty gritty of things. So let's start off with you. When did you find out you were adopted?
Early on, they told me I was adopted. And they said they searched the world over for a princess and they found me. So
Oh,
I never forgot my tiara.
You're so funny. So where did your parents adopt you? Where were you at?
I was born in Sarasota, Florida, and they lived in Miami, Florida.
Oh, okay.
My mom wanted a little girl born by her birthday, brown hair, brown eyes, and her birthday was 4/23.
Wow.
Yes. And I am 4/20.
That's daggone close. Now, did they
Yes, it
use
is.
an adoption agency? Were
Private.
you? But okay. So were you in foster care, or were you?
No.
No.
They picked me up when I was like 20 hours old.
Oh, geez. Wow. And of course, obviously, you don't remember any of that stuff.
No, and it's closed
So and
because it's private.
got you. So there's no way that you could find out your birth parents at all.
Not that I'm aware of. No. In fact, I have a baseline since I'm 30. Every 5 years, you get a baseline for your medical history.
Okay.
So they have something to compare it to because you have no family history.
Interesting. And
Yes.
what does all of that entail?
It's just the gamut, everything. It's kind of like when you adopt. I had to have a skin scan. I had to have you get poked and prodded, and they just keep it on a chart to see whether your changes. And I started when I was 30.
Wow.
That's the recommendation. Now it might have changed,
Yeah.
but not that I'm aware of.
Well, it's been a hot minute since
Yeah.
you adopted Bella, but
Yeah.
so your parents were always honest with you from
Oh,
the get-go. So
of
you
course.
knew as soon as you could comprehend that you were adopted.
Correct.
How did that affect you in any way, or
Not at all.
You were just like, okay, cool, they chose me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No big deal.
I was chosen.
Yeah.
I'm a chosen child.
They might have regretted it sometimes.
I don't think so.
I didn't.
I don't think so. Now, your brother,
Mm-hmm.
now, is your brother's not adopted.
He is not.
So and he's older than you, right?
Yes, he is 4 years older.
Okay.
He's homegrown.
He is homegrown.
I'm the takeout order. So, yes. Just kind of like the setup Bella has, but she has
Yeah.
2 brothers.
It's like DoorDash.
Yes.
It's like
Hey.
you're DoorDash to the house.
I mean, every baby's a blessing, but pregnancy was good I was always happy with the outcome, but I didn't feel so great pregnant. So Bella
hated
was
it.
awesome. I mean, you were with me when
I know.
we found out I was going to get her.
Oh God, I cried my eyes out.
Yep.
I cried my eyes out. That I knew. Well, back it up a little bit. So did you do IVF? I couldn't remember. Did you do that?
No, I only did. Is it pitocin, which is the steroid that you take, and then it made me feel so bad. I don't do well with hormones at all, so I did not do that. I just figured if God allowed it to happen, He allowed it to happen. If not, not. So when we decided, I always wanted to adopt because I was adopted.
Right. I remember you telling me that.
Yeah. So I just decided, hey, let's, go for it. And we were going to adopt 2 from Kazakhstan. And then the war broke out.
Eesh.
And then my brother's like, it's not safe to travel there because you had to be gone 3 weeks. That was their country's regulations to adopt.
Oh, wow.
So we changed the country to Guatemala.
Okay.
And then when we did that, we found out I was pregnant.
I remember that day very well.
Yes.
There was a party. Was it at your neighbor's house? I'm not saying too many names just for personal reasons and that kind of thing. But we went down to another neighbor's to go get something, and you said, "Here, hold my beer. Take a drink." And I'm like, I don't want to drink. I don't want to drink your beer.
I'm like, drink it.
Yeah, she's like, just drink the damn beer. And I'm like, okay. So I take a drink of it, and I look at her, and I'm like, this is water. She goes, yeah, I know, I'm pregnant. And I mean, again, I'm bursting out. I'm like, oh my gosh. And there was Mr. James.
There he is.
Mr. James.
Mr. James in pharmacy school now.
God. And he's going to be 23 in November, right?
Yes, he will be.
Dang.
Because they're only 8 months apart. 8 months and 7 days.
Oh, man. I remember when James was born. And you were going to get 2 children in Guatemala, correct? A boy and a girl?
Kazakhstan.
In Kazakhstan. But when you switched to Guatemala, did you know you were already pregnant?
No, we found out in the process because, believe it or not, I mean, it's usually a very, very long process to adopt, especially overseas.
Yeah.
So I found out I was pregnant. It usually takes about a year.
Okay.
And so I found out I was pregnant 3 months, 2 months after we had signed the paperwork. So I had already had the baby, James, and we had to push it back a little bit because there was a Hege agreement through Guatemala, so I froze it for a little bit.
Okay.
And nobody was able to adopt. And they were just making sure that they went through the process of checking the mother and father to make sure no babies were getting trafficked. So, so that was the Hege agreement through Guatemala. So they froze it for a little bit.
That's
and then
scary.
It is.
Dang.
But you have to do blood tests. There's a lot of processes to it. And then you go through the embassy in Guatemala, and then you also, when you fly back you get a packet, and it's sealed with a wax seal. And they said, if you never want to take your baby into this country, meaning the United States, you break that seal.
Oh.
So when we landed in...
Well, that's a lot of pressure.
Yes.
Jeez.
Well, I mean, we're like...
don't touch it! You want to carry it around in a steel trap or something.
We had all this information, so we always carried a briefcase. But we landed in...
I'm sorry, Miss Funk. You can't bring your kid in because the seal's broken. Dang.
They landed in Atlanta, and then we go through. And, of course, everybody loves an adoption because it's always a happy story.
Oh, absolutely.
So they were like, everything's in order. Everything's great. So... And, of course, Will was with us. James was not because he was too young.
I remember that, too.
You got stuck with my mom and my aunt.
It was a good time, guys. It was a good time. I mean, it just...
She may be facetious on that.
No. I think that was like the first time I think I saw your mom get kind of tipsy.
Oh, she needed to with my Aunt B.
Yeah. I mean, I was up there to help with James, because he was little. He was little. He was still a baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. And but I remember when you got the news that, all right, this is it. pack your shit, you're going.
Yeah, it was Thursday, and we were leaving Sunday. So
Yeah.
it was Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We're off.
And how long did you stay down in Guatemala?
3 days. You have
Okay.
to stay there for 3 days. We got there Sunday night.
I can't even say it. Kazakhstan.
Kazakhstan.
Jeez,
Yes.
Pete's wanted you to stay for 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
And then Guatemala's only 3 days.
Yes.
That's a big difference.
Big difference.
Okay.
So,
Did that raise a red flag to you, or were you good with that?
no, I was fine with it. You know what? I just figured we'd be led to where we needed to be. So, and it happened to be Guatemala to get Bellaboo, so we're there.
I remembered the pictures. You showed me the
Oh, she was
pictures
a
and
chunk.
stuff. Yeah, she was so cute. But when you guys stayed down there and you visited the orphanage, why don't you elaborate a little bit about what you saw and how they were fed and
It was sad. It was a small crib like you would have in a hotel. You know, it's kind of compact, but they would be short ways in there because they had to put 2 babies in each crib.
oh jeez.
Just because they didn't have enough room. And if they ran out of formula, they would do Caro syrup and water because they needed to fill the belly somehow. But they took great care of it. The place was beautiful. They did the best they could possibly do.
Well, it's a pretty struggling country, I
Oh,
guess
it
you could
is.
say. Yeah.
It
And
is.
I mean, I remember you telling me that she was so used to having her liquids like almost scalding hot.
I had to run it through the coffee maker at the Marriott to make sure it's hot enough because she wouldn't take it lukewarm.
Wow.
Yeah, so, and I had to buy the formula that they had down there, which was made by Nestle. It smelled like chocolate pudding or vanilla pudding, and you would just scoop it because it had a lot of sugar in it. And I need to do half and half Caro syrup and formula, and then I had to wean her off that, and then get her on to American formula.
So she wasn't feeling so hot though. When
she
you
had-
guys got her out of the orphanage, right?
Right. She had bronchiolitis, and I had to take her to an American doctor who was working down there to make sure she could fly. So
Because of her ears and
yes.
stuff. Yeah. Ugh.
And he
So
said
was that,
was fine.
was that an ordeal trying to find something to somebody or getting her medicine? I mean, how was it hard to get her something down there?
Not at all, because the pharmacia, it's kind of like Mexico. You just
Gotcha.
walk up and you can get whatever you need.
I need some antibiotics, please.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Unlike here, where it's a process of going to the doctors, getting
Yeah.
the prescription written, and da 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 da.
So he just, I refused Ventolin because I remember this from when the kids were sick earlier, how it's just adrenaline to them. And I said, I'm not going to give this again off flight because I don't want to do that to the whole flight, because you know how they can just cry and bounce off the walls. So he said, her ears are clear enough. It's not going to have any major problems with this. She might fuss a little bit. Just give her a bottle during takeoff and landing. And that's what we did. So
Ah. And then back here in the States, when we found out when their flight was coming in and so forth, a whole bunch of us got together and got some balloons and made some signs. You know, my kids were, well, I mean, it was 20-something years ago. They were little too. And we all piled in the car and went to the airport and waited for you guys to come through security. And it was just, we all started crying, and
it was a joyous occasion.
It was awesome.
She
It was-
totally completed her family.
Yes, she did. Yes, she did. And I guess it wasn't really necessary. Well, what? Maybe it was that night, or maybe the next night. I know that you had to have her sleeping in her pumpkin seat,
Yeah.
like sitting up because she was so
Yeah.
congested. And I came up there, and Kara's like, "Just come up here and sit with me." And I'm like, "You could go to bed. I want to play with the baby." My baby at that time was 5 years old, or
Yeah.
close to it. Haley was about that age, I guess, 4 or 5, something like that. And it just, she was the chunkiest little thing. She was just, just a big old round face, and
She still has it.
She's
so cute.
So let's go back a little bit to when you were staying down in there. Did you ever feel unsafe when you were in Guatemala?
Of course, because it is a third world country. Every store hires its personal security. So there's somebody standing outside of every store with a semi-automatic weapon.
Oh, yeah.
But it's funny because we're right across from a Jaguar dealership, an Audi dealership, all these. And, of course, the price tag on it in Guatemala is a lot different than what it is in the United States.
Oh, I'm sure.
So we walked around. I bought 18 gifts for every birthday she was going to have from her home country. So.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Now, you didn't get to meet her mom, did you?
No, but we have a picture of her.
I remember.
She has a sibling, a half-sibling, and the grandmother was raising that sibling. I don't know if it was a boy or a girl. We just get the general information. And then you also get a picture of the mom, which curly hair. Look, she looks like she's about 4'9".
I know, she's tiny.
And she did not know who the father was. So we did not have to get a blood test from him since he was no claiming on that.
Gotcha.
So maybe a traveling man. We don't know.
Gotcha. Well, so now moving forward with Bella, will she have to do the same thing that you have been doing, even though she knows her birth mother, but because she doesn't know who her dad is she going to have to do those steps as well?
The birth mother did not give a lot of history, though she knew her family in Guatemala. They did not give medical records for her, so she will do a baseline also.
Okay.
I think that might start at 25 now.
Okay.
But I'm not sure.
Gotcha. So, and you were honest with Bella right from the get-go, kind of like what with your parents. Like,
well, it's obvious she's not the same skin color.
I mean, she tans easy.
Well, I always called James because he was blonde hair and light skin, salt and pepper. So they were, she loves it. I mean, she likes standing out.
That she does, but not just because of her skin color, but also her talents. And
Yes.
it's I don't know, I don't know how to say this without sounding, well, I'm just going to say it. It's my podcast. So it's one of those things that I've noticed, even though she's adopted, but having strong, educated, loving parents that bring you up into a nurturing environment, and how much that child can excel. And compared to other families that might not have that nurturing experience with their parents, and that's their actual birth parents,
Right.
not being adopted and not having that motivation to excel.
Right.
So in my opinion, and I don't know how you feel about it, but I think whether you're adopted or whether you're naturally, given
Right.
with your parents, your environment has a lot to play with how you develop as a person.
Yep, nurturing. She's the most like me as far as personality. Well, sometimes, but yeah, it's Bella. She's more like me.
Yeah, well, and it's just, even though, put it this way, I do see a lot of similarities of you and her dad, her adopted dad. So it's funny to me, and I don't know, I can remember Bella, you knew when she was lying.
Yeah.
You always knew, because she'd always look around like this, and up in the sky, I'll look around, and perhaps.
It was always a perhaps.
Perhaps. And
This happened.
When she started with perhaps, it was pretty much, and then you would just sit there with your arms crossed and look at her with your legs crossed also, and shaking your foot. You're like, perhaps what, Bella?
Yeah.
Why don't you try telling me the truth? It was so funny. We're not picking on you, Bella. I don't want you to think that we're picking on
Oh, God,
you.
love her. She would lie like a rug. And a heartbeat. That's just, she just tried
did.
it. She just tried it. So.
Oh, my
She needed to be busted. But when I first adopted her, she didn't roll over or sit up. And
Well, she had that flat back of her head. I remember
because
that. Yeah.
They tried their best at the orphanage, and they truly loved them, and they tried their best. They just couldn't do everything.
Yeah.
So I had to use first ups to catch her up. And having James there being so close, she's competitive, and she wanted to keep up with him, and she was going to do it, and she did it quick.
She did. I mean, I remember. Did she also? Correct me if I'm wrong. Did she have a speech?
That was James.
That was James. Okay, I was like, okay, why can't I remember? But I knew you had a lot going on.
Yeah,
I remember that.
Oh, and it was funny because Joe, who was our first steps counselor, she would come by and she's like, I think he's getting frustrated because he needs somebody with speech. Once we did that, she was great. She was awesome. But Bella also liked dog food, so she'd just go over and crawl over. And I'm like, stop. I'm like, so I tell Dr. Cunha, I go, hey, Dr. Cunha, this is what's happening. He goes, well, she'll have strong teeth and a healthy coat. I'm like, well, wonderful, you know? But you know how it goes. You're parenting, it's a pop shot all the time. You just hope you don't wind up on Springer.
It's one of those that it's hit or miss, right? So it's like
it is. It's a pop shot.
Well, it's at least she wasn't eating cat poop because
Yeah.
I can remember busting my son one time trying to do that, and I'm just like, oh God, you don't want to. What are you doing, buddy? Don't.
And it happens everywhere.
It does.
You know, it's life's imperfections we laugh the most at, and that's what makes it the funniest. And everybody's imperfect. But it makes me laugh because, you know, at church, everybody's like, well, my child would never do that. I'm like, don't do that to yourself. You're going to hammy-hex yourself.
You're going to be rudely awakened.
Yeah.
Because
Oh, my God.
as soon as you said that, you put Carm out into the universe, and
heck
the
yeah.
universe is being like, whoa, hold my beer, watch this.
Yeah.
So I totally agree, 100%. Let's talk about the adoption process. So you did touch about that a little bit, but I know that you spoke to several people around here, and one of them being a news, she's a retired news anchor
Right.
person, and she helped you out quite a bit.
She did. She was friends with somebody that Ted worked with, and so she had recommended, she adopted somebody from the Ukraine, if I'm correct, and she had told me about kind of the process you needed to go through. I used World Partners. That was the adoption agency that I used. I had to get a home study, and I used the Children's Home of Northern Kentucky. And it is a very long process. They even evaluate your dog.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Well, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah,
I mean,
so
you
make sure
don't-
my dog wouldn't bite anybody.
Right.
They make sure that you have to give financial records. You have to give, I had to have a skin scan.
to make sure you didn't have cancer.
Yes, it was. Yes, and understandably so. They want to
Well-
place the child in a home where
And not have another
Right.
emotional significant event happen in their life. Or, you know, I mean, I get it, but it is for the children. I totally understand that, but I mean, there's so many kids that need to be adopted that you would think that there would be some type of different process or something. I don't know.
It was it's harder to adopt in the States, especially if you have a biological child. They give the biological moms and dads, which some, do step up to the plate and get better. Some don't.
Right.
It would be hard to make that decision, being in that process, to be a judge. It would be,
Well, but then we're left with a lot of kids in foster care because of, and I totally 100% everybody should be given a second chance, but that'll be another podcast. I'm not going to go into that, but I feel for the kids that want to be adopted and they can't.
right.
Because the biological parents are saying, time out, I'm in
Yeah.
rehab or whatever the case may be, and I don't want my kid leaving the foster care system until I get better.
Right.
So, I don't know. That's a catch-22 for me.
It is.
It's like, are you thinking of the kid or are you just thinking of yourself?
Well, and they can go up to a certain point to the day before, get the child back, and then boom, they're
Yeah.
back in for another 18 months.
And that happened to a friend of mine.
yeah.
The baby came and lived with them for like 6 months.
Yeah.
And then the mother took the child back.
Yep.
Yeah.
It happens.
Now, could that happen with overseas adoption? I take
No.
it not, right? Because
No.
is it sealed? Is it totally sealed or?
It's totally, through the adoption agency, we had a picture of her mother.
Right.
And actually, Bella has a picture of, she herself is sitting on her mother's lap.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Because I think it was the day they got the blood test.
Okay. Okay.
So she has that. And if she chooses to try to look her up, I will be more than happy to help her. She has not mentioned that, but I have mentioned it to her a couple times to see if she would like to do it. I will be more than happy to help her, assist in any way I can.
Yeah.
So she's probably more tech savvy than I am. But anyway, I would do it for her.
Nuh-uh. Yeah, Carrot, God love her, with her phone.
Oh,
let
my
me,
gosh.
Let me find this. I'm like, can I show you a quicker way?
Oh my God, she has no patience. I don't know if Tyler knows that. Ha ha. But
I know. I get my job's so demanding sometimes, so it's just, I don't know. I've gotten better. Not great, but better. So have you ever wanted to find your biological parents? I know we kind of briefly said something. I know you said that it's sealed and there's not any way possible.
and not that I'm aware of. It's sealed. It has not come unsealed.
After so many years, you're allowed to know?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
I would like the medical history, of course.
Well, yeah.
But sometimes it's best not knowing. I mean, sometimes it's a pop shot either way. So
Have you ever thought about doing like 23andMe or
I have
whatever?
done that.
So did anything come back?
no.
Ooh. So I had another friend that did it, and that's how she found her biological brother.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Then she found out she had a shit ton of half sisters and she had a big old. I'll tell you who it is later. But
Okay.
she had a big old family that she knew nothing about, and then she met her birth mother, and her birth mother was just like, "Why are you here?" I mean, it wasn't a very warm welcome, but she, like you, kind of wanted to know what the hell was going on with her, her heritage, her
Right.
family, because of health reasons. She wanted to make sure that there wasn't a chance of, I don't know, like if there was cardiac disease in the family
Right.
or cancer or whatever, right? Or dementia.
So was her dad Johnny Appleseed that just spread it all over there?
Yeah, pretty much. But and he passed away. He was a severe alcoholic and he died from alcoholism. So she never did get to. She knows who he is, but she never did get to meet him. So, but she did meet her birth mother, and she was like, "Yeah, well, So sometimes I guess it could go either way, but
Right.
it's you kind of wonder that maybe sometimes that the biological parents have such a guilty feeling, like, why are you coming back to me after
Exactly. Or they tried to
50
hide it.
Right. I that has to be one of the hardest things. I think I'm a mom of 3, and I was a very young mom having my first kid. I was 17. It was approached to me, especially when I had her in the hospital. I had social services, coming to me and, "Are you keeping the child?" And I'm like, "Yeah." There wasn't a question in my mind.
Right.
I had a great support system though.
Right.
So I think that had something to do with it. And not knowing what your parents went through or what Bella's parents went through, everybody has a story.
Right. Her mom, I know, was a bartender, and she didn't know who the dad was. And the grandmother was already raising the half sibling and was too old to do it again.
Well, I mean, we're not old, but think of it this way. I mean, I am a grandma because my oldest is, she has a daughter and then she has a son on the way. So I'm a young grandmother, but normally, sometimes I didn't even expect to be one, but we could be in our 60s having our first grandchild
Exactly.
and be empty nesters for a
I'm
long
knocking
time.
on that door right now.
You're going to be the best grandma.
Yeah,
I know
I
you
hope
will. I know you will. I know you will. You will. I have a feeling you're going to be moving to California if that comes about.
I think they're going to move this way, but
Oh, really?
I think they'll move up towards Illinois.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
close. That's at least drivable for you to to.
Yes.
So while mine are coming this way, at least we're,
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Do you have a date?
Not yet. Not yet. We're working on it. I mean, they're actually they're coming in. My granddaughter and daughter are coming in on Saturday.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I know. I've said their names. I don't know why I'm trying to be incognito here, but
That's all right. It's a secret.
it's a secret. Natasha and Juliana are coming in on Saturday. We're going to go look at some houses and
Good.
yeah. So I haven't seen her since her her birthday. Since it's been over a month. It's just life. Life gets hard. You know, life gets hard.
Busy.
So you, after Bella, you knew your family was complete.
Yeah. Well, I was 37.
Mm-hmm. That's young. I mean, these kids aren't having kids until freaking that age, anyways.
Yeah, but when I was pregnant with James, they're like, "You're advanced maternal age," and I'm like, "Who wants to be known as that?"
And you know what I would have said to that doctor?
Yeah.
I'm raising my middle finger.
I know.
So,
That's why I was just like, "What the hell, advanced maternal age?" And they check you every week, and they measure amniotic fluid, and they're like, "What's your birthing plan?" I'm like, "Epidural." That is my birthing plan. So, and then I'm gonna drink a beer when I'm done.
Yeah. Well, you deserved it very much so. Very much so.
Is that my phone?
I
Ding it.
don't know.
I hope not.
Yeah,
Okay, doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. It's normally it'll cut the background noise out, so hopefully
Perfect.
that works. I've been getting a little careless with the buttons and so forth lately, and it's one of those things. I know. I keep now I'm paranoid. I'm paranoid looking at the damn phone. I'm paranoid looking at the freaking pod track thing, and I get lazy sometimes and forget to push buttons, but anyways, Kara, can you add anything else about adoption? I mean, how would you, let me put it this way. People that have gone through IVF and that, I mean, I hear that that's traumatic as well, that's a lot of money, a lot of hardship on the mother, right?
The only thing I did was, the steroids,
Right.
and it gave me hot flashes when I took it, and it didn't
almost like
work,
it was-
of course. So I stopped, and I just said, "This isn't worth it. I wanted to adopt anyway.
Right.
Let's just go ahead and do it."
But for those that are doing, how long should you wait until, I mean, like with you didn't think that you were going to get pregnant again, and then boom, you had James, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I know you're not a doctor, but you're an experienced mom that has adopted a child. What would you say to those wannabe moms or trying to be moms? They're however you want to label it, I guess. How long should you wait? I mean,
It's always individually choiced, but I did it. It's just with having a toddler and having a baby. Sometimes babies come when they're going to come, and there's never a mistake. No baby's ever a mistake.
No.
So I didn't have a problem whether I had the baby or not. I just knew we were coming up to a situation where I was going to be uncomfortable if I waited too much longer. So I was very lucky that it was 1 year from start to finish. When we finally
quick.
switched over to Guatemala, I was very, very lucky because a lot of that doesn't happen. So I think it was a godsend thing. Plus, we were a good candidate to have a baby, and it was just a blessing. I mean, she, look at her now. Other than she drains my bank
kicking
account,
it, man. That girl is so freaking talented. I mean, she is sought after, like, across the country, like overseas,
the world. Yeah.
For the French Horn.
Yes.
If you get a chance, I mean, I don't want to say her full name on the podcast, but you guys know how to get a hold of me, and get a hold of me, and then I will send you video of this woman playing the French horn. Freaking unbelievable. So talented, and she loves it. Yeah,
She does love it.
That's what she went to school for, right?
I think she's gonna stay at Jacobs School of Music for her grad.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so she's excited. Going back to Vienna next year for the music festival. They actually had a diplomat show up and said he's going to help recruit to make this better, a bigger music festival.
Wow.
And so she's works on the admin part, and she also gets to play. So I'm proud of her.
You should be. I'm proud of her. She's not
as
my
long as
kid,
she's
but I'm proud
happy.
of her.
Well, I keep saying it's nice holidays and weekends, girl. I just want you to know this is when you play music.
Yeah.
And she, right now, that's what she wants to do. So I want her to follow her dream.
Well, you know what, Kara, I greatly appreciate you coming out here today and talking very personal information. She's just an amazing person. So are you.
Thank you.
I mean, you did a great job with raising all of your kids, and it's obvious and it shows. I mean, all three of your children are very, very intelligent, successful individuals, and I'm proud of all of them. I mean, they're
thank
like
you.
my own
Friends
kids.
and Miller Lite helped. There's no doubt. But
And I always provided it.
and it does take a village to raise a child.
Yeah, we had a lot of good times. I mean, we had a lot. Yeah. A lot of good time. I mean, we traveled together. Our families traveled together. Our kids hung out together.
Yeah.
There's so many memories, and it makes me smile. I'll just never forget her in that Easter bunny
my
outfit
gosh.
with the ears, and so. And just seeing her little round face through there, I'll never forget. And to me, that's Bella Boo.
She's a delight. I love her dearly.
She is. She's an amazing woman. And
She
Bella, I
is.
hope you listen to this podcast because this is dedicated to you, my friend.
Oh, she's adorable.
And any questions that you might have about adoption, we highly suggest to talk to a professional. Contact me, and then I can put you in touch with Kara. Kara has information that she can help you with or get you started in researching about adoption overseas. Is that fair to say?
And I would love to answer anything because I will tell you, it is such a pleasure.
That's awesome.
And by far, it's a gift.
Well, you know what? Until next time.
Okay.
All right.
We'll think of something else we could talk about.
I know. All right.